guests from the States. Hassan, you all know, brilliant syncopated pianist. Alison Taffs, most of you know, excellent chanteuse, or tuzi, as they say in the States. And a new name, Robert Petillo, who is a lyric tenor who sings with the US Army Band. Let's welcome Hassan, Robert Petillo, Alison Taffs.
Deja vu. You know, it's like deja vu. You know, it's like... Anyway, we're going to try to give you a good sampling of Mayerl as a songwriter. And let's start off with the song, 1931, Millionaire Kid? Yeah. Show in 1931 he composed, along with his usual lyricist Frank Eaton, The Millionaire Kid. And this is a waltz entitled Life is Meant for Love.
Life is meant for love, love is meant for life. We have loved, so while we live, life has nothing more to give. From the cares we knew, love will set us free, just as long as I have got you and you've got me. It's like heaven when to love as we do love, for while true love reigns supreme, joy can never forsake us, naught can take us and awake us from our dream. Fate smiles on us to send a night so tender, with such splendor and delight. To its call we'll surrender, dancing away this night of nights. Life is meant for love, love is meant for life. We have loved, so while we live, life has nothing more to give. From the cares we knew, love will set us free, just as long as I have got you and you've got me.
I feel privileged to be able to accompany the voices you're going to hear today. Now, Alison will join us. This is from Billy's 1939 show, Runaway Love. Plots are really unknown to me on these. If anybody wants to explain any kind of context on these songs and join in, be delighted. But Runaway Love, 1939, Mayerl recorded, I guess, a medley from this on 78. I think it was with one of those rather awful sounding electric organ things that he was experimenting with at the time. Of course, that's in retrospect. It probably sounded great then. This song is called Nice to Know, and duet with Rob and Alison.
I don't exaggerate or overstate as so many men do. I won't call you an angel, for that wouldn't be true. I couldn't say you're divine, or that your eyes like stars shine. But if you want a truthful man's opinion of you, you're nice to know. The nicest thing I've known my whole life through. You're something new. You're dainty and charming, entirely disarming. There's nothing alarming in you. You're nice to know. I only wish I'd known you long ago. I like you so. And what do I owe you for letting me know you and being so nice to know?
I never make a rush and start to gush over men that I meet. You couldn't be described as rugged, handsome, or sweet. You're not like heroes I've seen doing their stuff on the screen. But if it's any consolation, let me repeat. You're nice to know. The nicest thing I've known my whole life through. You're something new. To give you a label, you're from a good stable. Though you're no Clark Gable, it's true. You're nice to know. I only wish I'd known you long ago. I like you so. And what do I owe you for letting me know you and being so nice to know?
Next in line, from Billy's 1937 show Crazy Days, rather amusing duet, which, considering how attractive our singers appear here today, is not very well titled. You're not too bad yourself. Actually, no, it actually does fit. You know, never mind.
Where did you learn that? I can't believe that it's true. You're quite incredible, almost edible, you. I've been rolled out flat by all the things that you do, and by the sight of you, sheer delight of you too. Where have they been hiding you? Ooh, I'm crazy on those remarkable toes. And look at that figure and oh, that nose.
Well, you're not too bad yourself. Maybe you've been hiding too. Oh, what wonderful style, a marvelous smile. I'd like to have you on the desert isle.
Well, you're not too bad yourself.
Oh, I've been searching from west to east, but now I've ceased, you gorgeous beast.
And I'd leave heaven if you went there. Oh, why won't anybody tell me? Where have they been hiding you? Ooh, I'm certain you've shone wherever you've gone, and somebody's crazy to leave you on the shelf.
Well, you're not too bad yourself.
It's a great surprise that anyone could reveal such mesmerizing and paralyzing appeal. That look in your eyes would melt a heart made of steel. You make me blink, I can hardly think you are real. Why have they been hiding you? Ooh, I'm crazy on these adorable knees. I bet you're a stunner when you strip tease.
Well, you're not too bad yourself. Why have you been hiding too? Oh, such modesty's odd. Your beautiful bard is built on the lines of a young Greek god.
Well, you're not too bad yourself.
Oh, don't know what you've put me through and made me do, you rascal, you.
And my resistance you've blown sky high. Oh, why won't anybody tell me? Why have they been hiding you? Ooh, it's really a crime. I think that it's time I stood on a ladder and took you off the shelf. Well, you're not too bad yourself.
Next in line, well, it's another song from Crazy Days. Love Was Born. A little bit, slightly different tempo than the last.
Big things may spring from the tiniest thing. An acorn can grow to an oak. But I only knew what a June night could do the moment that we met and spoke. A night in June, some stars, a moon, and love was born out of the sky. I took your hand, a flame was fanned, and love was born out of a sigh. Whatever thoughts we had remained unspoken. The spell was far too precious to be broken. A thrill of bliss, a lingering kiss, and love was born never to die.
We're going to go back to the 20s now, and this is a really quite delightfully melodic pop tune with something of a downer of a lyric. So a little bit of a, well, we might call it musical or songwriting bipolarity. No Wonder Nobody Cares for Me, by the way, is the name of it, which would sort of help. Lyric is by an earlier lyricist Bill was using in the 20s, G.E.E. Paul, 1920. Oh boy, you got it on your copy? Can't tell.
20.
I think it's mid 20s, 26, something like that.
Something. It's not.
It won't be the 40s. Don't worry.
There's no doubt I'm nearly through, down and out and feeling blue. Every day seems terribly long, 'cause somehow everything I try to do, everything I'm telling you always seems somehow to be wrong. No wonder nobody cares for me. I long for somebody's sympathy. Nobody seems to care whatever I do, so no wonder I'm feeling low. things folks seem to appreciate. I dream of what I would do, but yet it never comes true. No wonder nobody cares for me. I can swear I've done my best here and there, like all the rest, yet it seems it wasn't to be. I tell you, I don't know. It may be fate, perhaps it's just I'm out of date. Still it hurts when others can see. No wonder nobody cares for me. I long for somebody's sympathy. Nobody seems to care whatever I do, so no wonder I'm feeling lonely. If I could only do something great, the things folks seem to appreciate. I dream of what I would do, but yet it never comes true. No wonder nobody cares for me.
I'll bring Alison back for I'd Be Lost Without You. This is from, once again, The Millionaire Kid, 1931.
I don't know what it is about you that bids me take the lyre and sing, to tell you I can't live without you, you wonderful thing. It really seems that we were fated to take our places on the list of things that can't be separated if they're to exist. The night is lost without the starlight, the flowers are lost without the dew, a chauffeur's lost without a car light, and I'd be lost without you. A king is lost without a people, a ship is lost without a crew, a church is lost without a steeple, and I'd be lost without you. Certain things attach and match since history first started. Surely you can see that we should never be parted. A school is lost without a scholar, a horse is lost without a shoe, a tie is lost without a collar, and I'd be lost without you.
How could I be unsympathetic? Now you have let me hear your views. In fact, I also feel poetic. I'll borrow your muse. I cannot say how much I need you. For you, I'd even stoop to crimes. I felt that way since I first seed you. That's wrong, but it rhymes. A tenor's lost without a ballad, an actor's lost without a cue, an onion's lost without a salad, and I'd be lost without you. A chase is lost without a hunter, a policeman's lost without a clue, a bookie's lost without a punter, and I'd be lost without you. We're a pair of chicks who mix, we're birds of a feather. Let us find a coop and group our fortunes together. A soul is lost without a gorgon, a doctor's lost without the flu, a monkey's lost without an organ, and I'd be lost without you.
Continuing with another duet, which is rather charmingly done in the original film, Cheer Up. Billy wrote 3 songs for this film in the mid-30s. Noel Gay wrote the other 1 or 2. And Billy's are on such a much higher level, both melodically and harmonically, you name it. And we'll be doing all three of his tunes for that flim. That's good. It was quite a flim. It was also a great movie. Anyway, this one is entitled Apart from Business, and Stanley Lupino and
Who was she?
who's across the table from?
Sally Gray.
Are you sure? All right, we'll take his word for it. Believe me, you got 2 incomparably better singers here.
But he's a bit too old and she's a bit too young. It's a bittersweet moment. Yeah.
We've discussed affairs and dealt with the troubles and cares arising from our new amalgamation.
Each time we went to play, we've had enough worry today. I think we've earned a little recreation, so let us change the conversation. Apart from business, I'd like to mention one little matter to you, if I may. It will not take me long. I hope you have time to stay.
I'll gladly give you my best attention. I have no reason to hurry away.
I will not make a song about what I want to say.
Is what you've got to tell an awful lot to tell?
I ought not to tell, but I've never found such pleasure as I do in being here with you.
I find a thrill that's new in having you around. Apart from business, I'm glad I've met you.
And if you think the suggestion's okay, let's try repeating the pleasant meeting we've had here today. Suggestions okay. Let's try repeating the pleasant meeting we've had here today.
Back to the 20s. Oh, is it 20s? Yeah, 26. This one is from no particular show, just a pop tune by Billy and William Helmore. And this is called Toodaloo Sal.
Goodbye, Sal, you wonderful gal. I'm sorry I've got to go. For though you're living in Texas, my job's in Ohio. Tosty's ways of saying goodbye are apt to make people jeer. So please be short like a real good sort and kiss me now right here. Toodaloo, Sal, see you soon, gal, some other fine day. Toodaloo, Sal, be a good gal the while I'm away. Help me to try not to cry till the parting is over. How could I sigh if there were no one to see? Hi, porter, show me the way to the train. I've forgotten the way. Seem a bit mixed, get me fixed if you can anyway. Buy me a paper or two, lend me a handkerchief too. Toodaloo, loose I'll see you soon, gal, some other fine day. Again, I've forgotten the way. Seem a bit mixed, get me fixed if you can anyway. Buy me a paper or two, lend me a handkerchief too. Toodaloo, I'll see you soon, gal, some other fine day.
Time really flies with these numbers. We're gonna eventually have to pull out another 50 more to. Yeah. Here a number from a show that Billy did. There were several composers for this show, including Vernon Duke, I believe, maybe even somebody like maybe Harry Pepper, and this it's called Bow Wows, 1920. I really did a great job here. I cut off all the dates. I think it's 1927. Yeah, extremely obscure Vernon Duke songs. I don't think quite as obscure on Billy's part, but whether these were recorded, two songs that he wrote for this show, I couldn't tell you. Never Stop Rainin' Blues. Does that sound like anything he recorded, Robin? No? And the other one is called Woodyard. That's W-O-U-L-D apostrophe Y-E-R, which may happen later. But right now we have Never Stop Rainin' Blues.
Which I thought would be very appropriate when I arrived here Wednesday.
You're saying it often enough that it dried up.
I'm tired of sitting by the window all day and watching nothing but rain. I'm tired of wishing all the winter away and wanting roses again. I dream of swallows building up in the eaves, an orange blossom in June. But every corner has a pile of wet leaves, and that's why I croon. Blue hills ain't calling me, gray clouds forestalling me. Just got those never stop raining blues, wet to my shoes. Red sun ain't shining through, I know he's pining too. Just got those never stop raining blues. Wish I could choose. If Mother Nature tries to dry her eyes, that lark will surely rise, and the blackbird's gonna sing a song the whole day long. But somehow, down by that sleeping rill, that willow's weeping still. Just got those never stop raining blues. nature tries to dry her eyes, that lark will surely rise, and the blackbird's gonna sing a song the whole day long. But somehow, down by that sleeping rill, that willow's weeping still, just got those never stop raining blues.
All right, what have we? Okay, this is a co-optimist song. It will be very delightfully warbled by, oh, I love it. I've been using warbling for the last couple of days. Yeah, it's not meant as any sort of a derision here at all. Finest warbling I've heard in a long time. This is called Pick Up the Rhythm, 1929 co-optimist song. Wish us luck. Tempo-wise.
At times you're weary, the world seems dreary, and life's a burden to you. You can't endure it and wish to cure it, but don't know what you're to do. Cheer up and never say die. Here's a prescription to try. Just dance away when the band starts to play. You've got to pick up the rhythm. Dances today keeps your troubles at bay. They've such a magic swing with them. If you've got young feet or old feet, they must not be cold feet. So make your feet bold feet, keep stepping along. Wear out your shoes and the blues you will lose. You've got to pick up the rhythm. Just dance away when the band starts to play. You've got to pick up the rhythm. Dances today keeps your troubles at bay. They've such a magic swing with them. If you've got young feet or old feet, they must not be cold feet. So make your feet bold feet, keep stepping along. Wear out your shoes and the blues you will lose. You've got to pick up the rhythm.
Mayerl, let's see. Now we're not singing this one, so here's a Mayerl that is not being sung. very good idea. All righty.
What was that place, Alex?
There were 3 different songs that we're actually not performing today. The first one was You're the Reason Why from Sporting Love. Second one was I Thank You Most Sincerely from Millionaire Kid. Third one was Like a Cat with a Mouse, unpublished from Runaway Love. All right. It's unpublished, so how is he playing it? Minor point. All right. Will he be able to do it? Let's see. Tune in. Mike can't stand when things like this happen. It destroys the flow. But anyway. Resting, Mayerl with a lyric by Howard Alexander, 1946.
Disturbs me as I just lie here and dream beneath a shady willow tree. There is a sunlit pool in which I see the mouse play in water sweet and cool. Resting, just resting, and forgetting toil and care, I lie upon a grassy bank while I breathe the scented air. Beneath me in the valley there, I hear the cattle low, for peace abounds and deep within I feel my heart aglow. No more the din of battle rends the quiet countryside, for peace sweeps o'er the tortured world in an ever-growing tide, and undisturbed the flitting birds are busy with their nesting, while smilingly I watch them as I'm resting, simply resting.
Anyway, back for another healthy portion of Mayerlisms. And we're going to start second half with another song from Cheer Up. Now, Rob originally thought that this song would really have to be played with, or performed with really a great deal of sort of shtick, yeah?
Yeah, the Cockney thing, you know, with steak and kidney.
Now, we have subsequently found out that Americans trying to imitate Cockney usually falls very flat. Yeah.
And again, I saw the movie courtesy of
Microphone
Mike
Lorenzini.
Microphone, and saw the context of it, and it's not like that at all. It's a guy has begun to write a serious song, and his friend is sitting there, and they're in the lunch counter, and he's looking at the menu. Oh, steak and kidney pudding, and starts writing out some alternate lyrics. So.
Yeah, it's the most lump in the throat scene you've ever seen.
I can feel a longing in this heart of mine, greater far than words can ever say. When the shadows gather, lonely here I pine, dreaming of a loved one far away. Steak and kidney pudding, I adore you. How I miss you and keep yearning for you. Though it's always hard to part, no parting could be harder. For though you're always in my heart, you're never in my larder. Steak and kidney pudding, how you haunt me, thrilling me as nothing ever could. But maybe we shall meet again someday if I eat again sweet and lovely steak and kidney pudding. Steak and kidney pudding, I adore you. Come back to me soon, dear, I implore you. To the very highest place, I'm certain fate could guide me. If I could only get a basin full of you inside me. Steak and kidney pudding while I'm waiting for the skies of grey to turn to blue. I'll keep on crooning all day long, tenderly my own theme song. Steak and kidney pudding, I love you.
Okay, a duet now from Nippy. By the way, for those of you who didn't figure out the title of that number, that was called Steak and Kidney Pudding. Funny that. All right, and this one is entitled It Must Be You. Now I want to remember I'm changing something here. No, I do think so. Yeah, okay, I'll remember, don't worry.
I'll admit I've played a bit with girls of every kind, hoping I should find that ideal I had in mind, but no success, I must confess, had ever come my way till this happy day. But I can truly say there was someone I'd been seeking, and the moment we got speaking, I could tell at sight it must be you. Such a sweet thrill went right through me, and and a kind fate sent love to me, for I knew at sight it must be you. And as soon as I had met you, I'd forgotten all the rest. On a pedestal I'd set you, my ideal to kneel to. Then my heart said in its beating, journeys end in lovers' meeting, and my heart was right, it must be you.
Now I see your view of me, I'll also leave my shell. I've a tale to tell, mine's a case that's parallel. I've lain in wait and hoped to bait a likely sort of lad. Some Sir Galahad, but my luck too was bad. There was someone I'd been seeking, and the moment we got speaking, I could tell at sight it must be you. Such a sweet thrill went right through me, and a kind fate sent love to me, for I knew at sight it must be you. And as soon as I had met you, I'd forgotten all the rest. On a pedestal I set you, my ideal to kneel to. Then my heart said in its beating, journeys end in the lovers' meeting, and my heart was right, it must be you.
Okay, back from another 5 years later. This is once again the musical, both a show and a film, I might say, Over She Goes. And this one is entitled The Dance Goes On.
The dance goes on, although the day has driven the shadows of night away. The band has gone, but here are we, still dancing to memory's melody. Though hushed is love's sweet serenade, we hear on our heartstrings the waltz they played. The music and moonlight are gone, but the dance goes on. As the night was slowly dying, music mellow from a cello struck a lilt there's no denying, and our feet caught its beat. Then we found our hearts replying, we were captured and enraptured in a kind of lover's trance, through the trance of a sweet serenade, we hear on our heartstrings the waltz they played. The music and moonlight are gone, but the dance goes on.
Now we have the Pygmy Press edition of another song from Over She Goes called I Breathe on Windows. Now, in the movie version of this is one of the most embarrassing scenes in the history of cinema, where a woman named Gina Marlowe, who I just thought that she makes Tallulah Bankhead sound sort of Wagnerian. Anyway, Gina Marlowe and whoever her male counterpart in dancing are traveling up a staircase, and she is
In a lighthouse, we should say.
in a lighthouse, I might
Windows,
say.
anyway.
Yeah, or you might say. And all to the tune of I Breathe on Windows. And the idea here is as they are sort of balleting up the steps, she is first drawing a heart and his name on a fogged up window. And then, yeah, well, you know, it would have been funnier with the squeak. Yeah, absolutely. No, it doesn't quite work. But the tune itself, absolutely breathtaking. So, here goes.
I will not complain if you have a theory that I'm just a bit insane. It's a normal query, people think I'm mad. I attract attention, here's one bad habit I could mention. I breathe on windows for I like to trace a heart and keep writing your name. I chalk on pavements tender words when we're apart. It's my favorite game on bathroom mirrors that I hope you'll see. The words I love you done in soap, you'll see. I breathe on windows, and while I've the breath to start, I'll keep doing the same. I'll keep writing your name.
You may think that your conduct is outrageous, but there isn't any cure. It's a bit contagious, so I'm not to blame if my recreation is the same childish occupation. I breathe on windows, for I like to trace a heart and keep writing your name. I chalk on pavements tender words while we're apart. It's my favorite game on bathroom mirrors that I hope you'll see. The words I love you done in soap, you'll see. I breathe on windows, and while I've the breath to start, I'll keep doing the same. I'll keep writing your name.
Well, I expect you all to be whistling that out. You know, make it the new rage in this country. I suspect that the lyrics would have to be reworked to have something violent in them. Right? Anyway, but no social commentary intended, of course. All right, this one. Now this is interesting. 1935 or so. This is a song called "I'll Build a Fence Around You." This is from a film called Honeymoon for Three. As far as it's sort of an interesting idea, actually. I never done thought of that. Okay, Rob, this is a chance for a cartoon voice. No? Well, I'll get him to do it later. Apparently, as far as I was made aware several years ago, a copy of this existed in a major film collection in this country owned by one David Gillespie. And it was completely in tatters. So, who's going to fund the untattering? And of course, when we see the film, we say, oh, God. Yeah, but you know, just the privilege of seeing something like that would be worth it in itself. And I hope there's more than one tattered copy. Yes. Yeah, gorgeous number here. I'll build a fence around you.
That happy day when first you came my way, I made up my mind I'd keep my lucky find. Someone else may try to steal you from me by and by, and that is why I'll build a fence around you, for I want you so. You'll stay now that I have found you. I shan't let you go. I don't intend to let you go roaming astray, and nobody else will get you or steal you away. My treasure I will hold, and now that you belong to me, just like a hoard of gold, I'll keep you under lock and key. I'll build a fence around you and put up a sign to say, now that I have found you, you're mine. Treasure I will hold, and now that you belong to me, just like a hoard of gold, I'll keep you under lock and key. I'll build a fence around you and put up a sign to say, now that I have found you, you're mine.
Continuing with these incredibly unmelodic pieces. I hope you didn't believe that. This one is from a really obscure review, 1932. It's called Between Ourselves. 2 songs have been found to be published from this, even though on the cover of the music lists 5. And there are even snippets of, like 2, maybe 4 or 5 measures from these things that look to every intent and purpose to have gotten published, but nobody's found them. The 2 that have been found we will be performing this afternoon. The first one, What Might Have Been, and this was dedicated to somebody named Lena Chisholm. Chisholm?
Yes, Chisholm.
Oh well. Back in the States, it's Chisholm.
Yeah, it's Chisholm.
Chisholm.
So bad.
Oh, Chisum, huh? I see. All right.
I used to wonder in the past, when I was thinking hard about you, if life could mean a thing without you, and I found out now. You were my first love and my last. For me a different life was starting. You may forget our day of parting, but I can't somehow. I keep recalling when shadows are falling what might have been. I keep regretting, for there's no forgetting what might have been. What loving should be, I taught you. My heart, my all dear, I brought you. What parting meant, I'd have thought you might have seen. But that's all done with, now here is someone with an aching heart. No use pretending, there's hope now of mending my breaking heart. What you have left me, now you've said you're through, a life of longing with nothing to do, but just recalling when shadows are falling what might have been but for you. But that's all done with, now here is someone with an aching heart. No use pretending, there's hope now of mending my breaking heart. Now you have left me, now you said you're through, this life of longing with nothing to do, but just recalling when shadows are falling what might have been but for you.
Okay, I'm going to bring Alison on for a solo by our songstress. This is called What You Going to Do? What apostrophe you going to do? By Mayerl and Leslie Saroni, 1927.
Oh, what's a very pretty little birdie up in the branches away above? Came upon another little birdie and tried to whisper his words of love. She was tied to one who didn't care or treat her in the way that he should do. So then he said, there's just a little question I'd like to ask, dear, of you. What you going to do when the other birdie flies away from you? When you find out that his loving wasn't true, will you be able to see something in me? What you going to say when he opens up his wings and flies away? Will you ever really turn around and say that you've been left up a tree? You know that I'd never flirt or deceive or desert or hurt you. I'd like to build you a nest, just the sweetest and best in all the world, if you were free. So tell me what you're going to do when the other birdie flies away from you. When you're feeling all alone and oh so blue, will you be thinking of me? Though you've made me feel that I'm in clover, I hardly know, dear, just what to say. As you seem to be a little rover, will you come over another day? She said, don't you think you take a chance? And he said, it's no matter if I do, 'cause any chance is really worth the taking if it is mating with you. What you going to do when the other birdie flies away from you? When you find out that his loving wasn't true, will you be able to see something in me? You know that I'd never flirt or deceive or desert or hurt you. I'd like to build you a nest, just the sweetest and best in all the world, if you were free. So tell me what you're going to do when the other birdie flies away from you. When you're feeling all alone and oh so blue, will you be thinking of me?
Alrighty. The third song from Cheer Up, or do we still have another one after this? We did Steak and Kidney, we did...
This is the last one from Cheer Up. We did Apart from Business.
Oh yes, of course. Alright, you don't get any lusher than this one. This is called There's a Star in the Sky. Oh yeah. Let's see. And you start too.
I do.
Oh, well, it's worth rehearsing sometimes, even during performance.
When I'm gazing out into the night, a tiny point of light twinkling I see. Maybe I am dreaming, but it seems this tiny light that gleams beckons to me. There's a star in the sky that's shining nightly. When I see it on high, it seems to say, it is only for you I shine so brightly. You must take all your troubles lightly, for I'm here to show the way. Just keep onward and on without despairing. There is room at the top, so come what may. Keep your head and your eyes up, and you will rise up, thanking your star in the blue for making your wonderful dreams come true.
There's a star in the sky that's shining nightly. When I see it on high, it seems to say, it is only for you I shine so brightly. You must take all your troubles lightly, for I'm here to show the way. Just keep onward and on without despairing. There is room at the top, so come what may. Keep your head and your eyes up, and you will rise up, thanking your star in the blue for making your wonderful dreams come true.
That's so nice. Alrighty, we have a duet now from Over She Goes. Well, we just had a duet, but we're going to have another duet.
A legal fiction.
This one is called Mine's a Hopeless Case.
In any other court that I've attended, I could have briefed some eminent QC. But I appear in this court undefended. I have no counsel who can stand before the beak for me, who can speak for me but me. I stand before you, love's the charge I have to face. If loving's a crime, I deserve to do time, for mine's a hopeless case. I can't ignore you. In your hands my fate I place. It's my first offense, so I wait in suspense, for mine's a hopeless case. Your word is law, there's no appeal, but hear what I have got to say. The facts before the court reveal, I've tried to steal away your heart from you today. I just adore you, and to you my fall I trace. I'm ready to do a life sentence with you, for mine's a hopeless case.
I'd like to say for my own satisfaction, the case to me is quite the other way. I'm neither judge nor jury in this action. I'm in the dock without the petition to address to you, to confess to you and say, I stand before you, love's the charge I have to face. If loving's a crime, I deserve to do time, for mine's a hopeless case. I can't ignore you, in your hands my fate I place. It's my first offense, so I wait in suspense, for mine's a hopeless case. Your word is law, there's no appeal, so hear what I have got to say. The facts before the court reveal, I tried to steal away your heart from you today. I just adore you, and to you my fall I trace. I'm ready to do a life sentence with you, 'cause mine's a hopeless case.
Now, there's a show in 1931 that has music, I believe, mostly by Ralph Benatsky. And it's something about my sister and I, or meet my sister. Probably in Germany, probably is the word Schwester. And comes here in 31, and it's called either Meet My Sister or My Sister and I, depending on which piece of sheet music you have in front of you. There must have been a name for the show when it first got here, and then the producer says, this isn't working. And then a week later, the sheet music covers were changed, and then becomes either My Sister and I or Meet My Sister, and the order in which this happened is beyond this ken. But this tune is called What More Can I Do? And it is singed. It's singed by Alison. Oh yeah, be good to give me something with the keys, don't you?
Since my love and I first chanced to meet, my heart has been his for the taking. For I laid it gladly at his feet, but he only leaves it there aching. Maybe he's in love with me as well, but I cannot make him lose his spell. I have sighed for him, and I've cried for him, all my woman's wiles I have tried for him. What more can I do to show that man I love him? I have prayed for him, traps I've laid for him, every card I hold I have played for him. What more can I do to show there's none above him? I've heard the saying, love is blind, and it's come home to me. I never thought that I should find a love as blind as he. I am all for him, I would crawl for him, but he cannot see how I fall for him. What more can I do to show this man I love him? to me. I never thought that I should find a love as blind as he. I am all for him, I would crawl for him, but he cannot see how I fall for him. What more can I do to show that I love him?
All right, and in conclusion, I don't know, it's called Two of Everything. I guess we'll have to do another one after this.
Three of everything.
Three of everything? Oh, are you giving away some trade secrets? All right, this is from Nippy, and that's 1930. And lyric once again by Frank Eaton. Here we go.
When we've had that wedding trip we'll spend in countries afar, we'll set up house if we can on quite a generous plan.
We won't spoil our little ship for just a pennyworth of tar. We absolutely decline to think of cutting things fine.
There'll be two of everything in our little nest.
There'll be two of everything and all of the best.
2 plates and dishes and 2 knives and forks,
And 2 cups and saucers for tea.
2 nice decanters and 2 soda siphons for me.
There'll be 2 of everything for me and my man.
Nice and new and everything, so spick and so span.
2 pairs of slippers for 2 pairs of feet and 2 cozy chairs by the fire.
There'll be 2 of everything 2 hearts could desire.
We shall banish sorrow from our home the day we commence. We absolutely decline to think of cutting things fine.
We shan't have to borrow from the next doors over the fence. We shan't be wanting a loan with all we have of our own.
There'll be 2 of everything in our little nest.
There'll be 2 of everything and all of the best.
2 happy people with 2 minds alike and 2 little hearts full of bliss.
2 arms to squeeze with and 2 pairs of lips meant to kiss.
There'll be 2 of everything for you and for me.
And with 2 of everything, so happy we'll be.
And then if we're lucky, perhaps they'll arrive, a dear little armful of joy.
There'll be 2 of everything, a girl and a boy.
experiential or something opinion that there may actually be encores here? The considered opinion? Well, you know something? Now this is where the program diverges a little bit. Now, I mean, don't get the idea that we have a whole other program. But we have, actually I should really do the Joyce Grenfell at this point. And you remember Grenfell's monologue about the singer who does a lot of these Masonic sorts of occasions. And she's going to do her encores first. And she's got 5 of them. Because she's never going to get enough applause to do them afterwards. No, but we have a couple of things prepared, not by Billy. No lightning bolts. And Anyway, first one we'd like to do for you is an absolute charmer, totally obscure American tune by the guy who wrote Guys and Dolls, and this is about 10, 15 years earlier, and it's called The Traffic Was Terrific.
1935.
Yeah, there are very few songs which, in the space of 4 pages, really tell a story, and you'll see what I mean in a minute.
A taxi might have hit me, for I was in a trance. I ran before a jitney, I took an awful chance. But the only thing that hit me was such a sweet romance that I'll tell my story here and now. What and where and when and why and how. The traffic was terrific, and she was caught between a truck that had no conscience and a reckless limousine. She asked me for assistance, I helped her cross the way. Oh, the traffic was terrific that day. My heart felt sort of funny. She leaned against my arm, and then she turned her eyes to me, and that's what did the harm. We both got kind of giddy and started in to sway. Oh, the traffic was terrific that day. A cab went zooming by, I heard her cry. She squeezed my arm so tight. And so I asked her if I could see her safely to her home. Now safely to her home, I see her every single night. It's just a noisy cottage, just as noisy as the street. But we can hear our love song in the tramp of tiny feet. The kiddie cars and scooters, they have the right of way, 'cause the traffic was terrific that day.
Alrighty. Now is one of those occasions where the performers are, if everything's going right, are equally enraptured as the audience. There can be no encores after a number like this, and you'll know exactly what I mean if we have no traffic accidents. And I don't even think I have to tell you the title, other than to tell you it's by Jerome Kern, 1939, and it's an arrangement that you are probably not terribly familiar with.
Never can be at ease when I meet him. Never say what I please when I meet him. Only become unbearably dumb and coy.
Never can press my suit when I'm with her. Timorous, shy, and mute when I'm with her. I am an inarticulate, bashful boy.
If my heart could only find a voice.
Ah, me, if my heart could only find a voice, she'd hear something new and thrilling. Would she but bestow a willing ear? You are the promised kiss of springtime that makes the lonely winter seem long. You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights a star, the dearest things I know of what you are. and song.